Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So I've done some grinding with this new campaign. Managed to get myself enough jewels to go and rank up one of these factions, my reputation. I finally got it to rank 4, and that means I can check out the new companion gear which is obtainable through this. Now the way you will obtain this reputation is either by going and doing these said repeatable quests from these certain NPCs. Each area is dedicated to a particular faction. You can see this is the Emerald Enclave. You'll receive 3 reputation there. Now another way to obtain that reputation is by donating jewels to said faction. You can see when you look in the store and you go to, let's say, the Emerald Enclave, I can spend 15 of those jewels down here, which I have 2,500 of, to get 3 reputation, which is the same as just a blue repeatable quest. Now you can do that same with the Order of the Gauntlet and also the Lords of Alliance. Now to obtain these jewels, you will have to do these dragon sight artifacts, which are these dragon skulls which you'll interact with. You'll gain the dragon sight, and then you'll have to navigate to the location where you see the beacon in the sky. They'll always be within the same area. So if I'm up here, then I should be able to look around and I can see it's up top there. So I'm going to have to go and parkour my way up there, and we can pick up that treasure. We grapple up here, then over to here. We can make our way around here. And we just have the treasure, in fact, just down in this gully. So let's jump down there. And then we simply go and dig it up at this beacon site. And once that's done, you will receive your rewards. Generally, you just get dragon bone veil alloys along with those dragon jewels. Here's where you'll store all the jewels in your inventory. And then if you look in the campaign, you can see that this is where you will also store those dragon bone veil alloys. So upon digging up those treasures, you'll get between 1 to 8 jewels. And then again, we go to the campaign and we donate those jewels to our said faction, which we want to rank up to the highest. Now what you can do once you've hit rank 4 of the said faction, as you can see, Lords of the Alliance, we managed to hit that 4 marker, then we can obtain this new companion equipment choice pack. And unfortunately, you can only obtain 1 of them from each faction. You can see the next one will be the Order of the Gauntlet and also the Emerald Enclave, meaning you're going to have to get to rank 4 on each of the factions to be able to pick up a full set of companion equipment. But let's see if it's worth it. Let's claim this pack and see what's actually in it. So we have the pack in our inventory and let's open it. It's a choice pack, so we should be able to choose any of the following. And let's have a look through them. Initially, we can see the first piece is just going to have the crit and awareness. The next piece, crit avoidance and combat advantage, critical avoidance and accuracy, crit severity and deflection, crit severity and awareness, critical strike and deflection, accuracy and awareness, deflection and combat advantage, defense and critical strike, and then our defense and combat advantage, our defense and accuracy, and lastly our critical strike and defense. So unfortunately, looking through all of these pieces of equipment, they're not going to be worth picking up. You can see the item level they give is 1350. So this grind ends up not worth it at all, since all of these pieces of equipment gives 1 offensive and 1 defensive stat, meaning DPS don't want it, tags don't want it, healers could use it since capping stats isn't such a problem for them, and capping survivability is good since if you're dead, you're not healing. That is all of those companion equipments right there. So unfortunately, nothing good, meaning don't bother with this faction grind. The only other good rewards that you could get from a faction grind is we'll obtain these fashion and titles. This you can get the epic fashion there to cover your armor, and you can get the legendary fashion there just as a pure fashion set. And each of those factions has a different set. And if you want a vanity pet, there's also that, but you got to get to the max rank of 5 along with the legendary fashion. Overall, in my opinion, not worth it if that's what the companion equipment is. So hopefully this has been somewhat insightful to you guys as what companion equipment's available to us. And in my opinion, it's no better than most of the gear you actually just get from Sharandar. As we see here, it's the same 1350, and all of that's giving that 1 defense and 1 offensive stat. If it could just give all defensive or all offensive, that is the most ideal for pretty much all builds. Tank 1 defense and DPS 1 offense. But we shall see what happens with this new trial. Perhaps we might actually have to stack some survivability and thus some more defensive stats, and thus this companion equipment isn't such a bad choice, but we have yet to see. So again, if I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.